Dr. Manmohan Singh ji, Sashi Tharoor, Sitaram Yechuri, our panelists, trustees of the Shamrutha Bharat Foundation, distinguished guests, friends. I find that I was given an advance copy of a book. I wanted to follow in the footsteps of Sashi and speak generally, but having received an advance copy of a book, I'm afraid I have to either confess that I have not read the book, or I have read the book and I will make certain comments on the book. This is not your ordinary book. You cannot read it when you have nothing else to do. You have to read it when you can devote the time to read it. When you can keep aside all thoughts, all distractions, and pay attention to some of the most fundamental issues raised in the book. Firstly, this volume is one of 14 volumes. It's an ambitious project. It perhaps will take many months or many years, and I'm proud that we will have 150 authors of great distinction contributing to the central idea of rethinking India. The senior editors say, in order to further disseminate these ideas, both to kickstart a national dialogue and further build a consensus on them, we are bringing out this set of 14 volumes highlighting innovative ideas that seek to deepen and further the promise of India. In a sense, we must be unhappy why we have to rethink India after 70 years of the Constitution. I can understand reimagining India, but if we are pushed to rethinking India, it means that someone has struck or is pretty close to striking at the roots of our foundation of this country. I sincerely hope I'm wrong, but if people are ready to strike at the very root, at the very foundation of what we have constructed as the Indian Republic 70 years ago, and have tried to nurture it in the last 70 years, perhaps the publishers, the editors, and the authors felt that the situation was so grave, it is no longer enough to reimagine India, it's no longer enough to remake India, it's no longer enough to rebuild India, it's no longer enough to renew our promise which we made to ourselves 70 years ago, but the time has come to rethink India. Now, what is this new thinking? Some of these essays question ideas that you and I have accepted for long. For example, those of you who have read *Sapiens* know that the sapien who's the human being today is no more than about 7,000 or 8,000 years ago. The author of one essay says, geological research places the formation of the Himalayas 50 million years ago. Genomic research has accepted that the spread of the original population in India was from the peninsula south, where Sitaram and I come from, and Sashi